I'm Vasundharaa Nair, Senior Research Fellow and Mental Health Clinician at NIMHANS. The world we live in is filled with uncertainty at all points, but only few are gaining despite the volatility and dynamic situation. Why? Well, the answer is they see the current situation as an opportunity to learn and grow rather than refusing or resisting it. In simple words, they're ready to adapt. Adaptation is the key idea that we need for our better survival as a community. To build that, we need 4 elements. 1. Sense the situation. When we struggle, we either become over-reliant and confident over an established process or refuse to modify and change, resulting in the downfall of not just us but others around us. A community that smells and senses the situation, measures the impact of the decisions and accordingly changes, adapts better. Second, emotional connect. Adaptability comes with emotional connectedness, or in simple words, empathy. Listen to what the community is saying, their needs, their concerns, pat on the back on the achievements. That gives them the biggest sense of purpose itself. Third, be one among them. In the current scenario, if we want to relate and understand the community, we need to be one among them. The willingness to make mistakes and to learn from them, and the ability to not just notice the mistake but also ask the right questions to rectify them is the adaptation that we need. Fourth, being strategic. Adaptability comes in by achieving interdependencies and with the ability to see the larger picture with minimal repercussions. So it's either a temporary disruption or as a fundamental change to the current. The strategy that we adopt shall decide the success or failure of a community. I'd like to end by saying that in any volatility, disruption does occur. Disruption is necessary for adaptation. Adaptation comes with an opportunity to learn. Hence, as a community, let's not stick to narrow thinking. Explore, broaden more, adapt to the needs. We can establish solutions that are not just transformational but also sustainable.
What we see becomes what we know, and what we know becomes the only way to see. Well, that's a funny way to think about it, isn't it? Hey everyone, I'm Abeer Sethia, and I'm going to give you my perspective. From the little experience that I've gained as a 17-year-old student and as a co-founder of an organization whose aim is to provide a platform for otherwise unheard ideas, people, and places, I seem to have understood the basic and fundamental idea of having a perspective. Do I have the experience and knowledge that many other people who talk about this topic may have? Well, the answer is no. Then why talk about it? We usually only get to read the perspectives of the elite and the famous. But us, the students, the youth, the future of our world, we don't get enough credit for the thoughts that go on in our heads. Everyone is entitled to have a point of view, and everyone does have a point of view. Whether through how you were raised or through how you've experienced the world, it has led to your perspective based on what you currently know. The problem with having a perspective molded from our personal experience is that human default becomes to act as if your experience and your knowledge is the only perspective possible. There's an imbalance, an asymmetry in the way we treat creative, emotionally driven, psychological ideas versus the way we treat rational, numerical, spreadsheet-driven ideas. If you consider yourself to be a creative member of the youth, you have to share all your ideas to people who are a lot more rational than you. You have to go and get a cost-benefit analysis, a feasibility study, write several reports on how you feel your idea would work. However, this doesn't apply the other way around. The person with an existing framework, an economic framework, an engineering framework, feels that logic is the only answer. They don't say, well, the idea doesn't sound great. Let me run through this idea with a child, a creative child. We artificially prioritize mechanistic ideas over psychological and creative ideas. And this isn't right. This thought is what led me and a friend of mine to start a platform on Instagram for the youth to share their ideas, their perspective through their experience on topics like racism, feminism, LGBTQIA+ community, and some current affairs. It is called The Candid Speaker, a platform for the youth, by the youth. Your perspective matters.
Everything is energy, and so are words. Words are not only what we speak out loud, but they also form our thoughts, ideas, and feelings. Now imagine, words have the power to either hurt or heal us, right? So think of the power that the words wield over us when they're intentionally created. If our words and thoughts are tools with which we shape our reality today, then why not channelize them in the right way to shape the best reality possible? Now, words in the form of thoughts are felt within us. Those in the form of speech are expressed and they are also felt within as well as with people around us. And by choosing to write is how you mark them down, thereby shaping our future. So I would say, clear your thoughts, curate your speech, and create the best possible reality that you wish to become. Words are free. Use them wisely. And we have a choice in using them the right way that defines and determines how we live and our very being.
Hi, I'm Giftah, and I'm going to talk to you today about how living a purposeful life is not the same as living the purpose of a life. For example, if you take a newspaper, you can use the newspaper to serve a multitude of purposes. You can use it to clean something, wrap something, or to make paper boards, and you can use it for a variety of reasons. But you cannot deny the fact that the ultimate purpose for which a newspaper was designed is to convey the news. I can use it to serve a multitude of purposes, but if I don't use it to serve the purpose for which it was designed, then I'm degrading the very potential of the newspaper. Likewise, every one of us have a specific purpose. Only when we serve the purpose that we are created for, we will be able to unleash our full potential, we will be able to be the best version of ourselves, and we'll have the satisfaction in life and experience so many other benefits that come in living in our purpose. But a lot of times we end up just trying to serve some purpose, trying to get some meaning out of life, and wonder we are so dissatisfied, never able to be our best, and are always in the short end of the stick. An aircraft is the fastest mode of transportation. But here's the thing, if you take on the ground, an aircraft is not as efficient as a train. An aircraft can sometimes be slower than a train or a bus or anything on the ground. Why? Because an aircraft can showcase its full potential not on the ground but only in the skies. Likewise, every one of us can showcase our full potential only when we are where we are meant to be. Don't just try to live a purposeful life, trying to bring some meaning out of our life. Let us strive to live the purpose of our life that comes when we live where we are supposed to live.